Right then, welcome back to the channel, Stephen Howson. Welcome to the Stephen Howson podcast. Today I'm joined by Frankie and his mum, Basia. And Frankie, you are an impressive little man, I must say. So we were just talking. You've climbed all 200 Wainwrights. You've done Everest Base Camp. And I said, I think you've climbed more mountains than I have. Actually, a lot more mountains than I have. And you went, it might be nearly 1,000, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, welcome to the show. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
We're going to talk a little bit about this mad little journey that you've been on, climbing mountains, where that's going to take you in the future, and we'll speak to your mum about how this all started. So, welcome.
Looking forward to it.
So, talk to me about where this began, because it's not normal for 9-year-olds to have climbed nearly 1,000 mountains, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't happen quite often, no. Frankie, how did you start climbing mountains?
Well, so my mum always used to go up the mountains when we still used to live in Manchester, and then I kept asking and asking, and then finally one day after asking for quite a long time, she took me, and I loved it, and the rest is really just history.
Which mountain was that? Which was your first one? Oh, nice.
You were 3 years old then.
Yeah.
And when I took Frankie, I said, right, okay, I will just give it a go. But I honestly didn't think that he gonna make it all the way. But I didn't have a baby carrier. It was just not something I ever planned for, really. And he made it all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, and he just asked for more. And a couple of weeks after, he climbed Helvellyn, and a few months after, he climbed Scafell Pike and many more mountains. And now he finished his first and second round of Wainwrights. He's on his third now. So, yeah, it will be close to 1,000 mountains now.
That's incredible, mate. Which is your favourite of the Wainwrights?
I actually quite like Hugh Barrow in Rosdale because, one, it's close to us and it's easy accessibility for us. And two, I just really like technical scrambling and all, and it has quite a good scramble in it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because there's a lot of mountains which are walks, where you have a gentle rise, and even some of the bigger ones are just a gentle rise to the top, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Snowdon being one of them. Yeah. Whereas some, not even that high, are ropes and hands and knees and scrambles and stuff. I'm taking it you prefer the scrambles.
Yeah.
So how do you fit in 1,000 mountains with school?
Well, we really just have to take all the chances we can, all the terms, all the weekends, whenever it's safe to go and whenever it's not raining, because, like, if it's bad conditions, then what's the point of going if you're not going to enjoy it?
I quite like it when it rains, I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoy climbing outdoors. I feel like when the weather's a little bit dramatic, it feels like I've achieved something more than if the weather's just calm and nice.
Mm-hmm. We will go in the rain, but we have to also assess the risks. And if it's a scramble like Hugh Barrow, we probably wouldn't go on the rain, because the holes, the slippery surface wouldn't be very safe. And there's always risk. Whichever mountain you climb, doesn't matter how steep it is, or craggy or even grassy. But you just can't eliminate them if you can. That's the idea. But we do go on rain, unless it's a proper storm, and it happens often in the Lake District.
Well, we were talking before, weren't we, about Snowdon, and I mentioned it was probably only 35 mile an hour, and I got blown off in Snowdon. I'm very close to the edge in Snowdon, and I've also rolled my ankle in the car park in Duffstones as well. So you don't even need to be doing anything dramatic to get injured, do you?
One question, where's Duffstones?
Duffstones is near Oldham. Whereabouts in Manchester did you live when you lived there?
Worsley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, did you go up to Duffstones?
No.
No. Oh, so it's a great little one. It's got a little lake, a boating lake, or it's a reservoir. We've got boats on it anyway. That's a nice one. Have you done much of the Peak District?
No.
Oh, there's some beautiful ones in the Peak District. So you say that you like one that's right near your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can do Kinder from my house, which is cool. I can leave my front door and go straight up to Kinder from where I live. So I do that one all the time. That's a good one. That's got lots of different terrain in there. That's a nice little walk. Mm-hmm. So it's not just the Wainwrights. It's not just the Lake District that you've done. We've started hitting all of Europe as well as base camp. Talk to me about base camp for Everest. That must have been exciting.
Well, it was really good, mainly because, like,
Do you want to say start with why did you want
Yeah.
to go there?
yeah. I mainly wanted to go there because, like, you already know I wanted to be the youngest to climb Mount Everest, but at Burton 8, it's just generally I can't because 1, gear isn't found in that size, and 2, just because I won't be able to carry an oxygen tank because they'll be way too heavy.
Is that the biggest limiter in climbing Everest for you, being your size? Is that the thing that's going to be the hardest thing, is carrying that oxygen tank?
Probably.
What's that weigh?
It's got to be probably like 10 kilo, I have no idea.
I think it must be at least 10 kilo.
Yeah.
Because we really wanted to go up Everest and we kept asking and asking, we had to think of different solutions. And that's why we went up Everest, which is, I keep saying the bottom of Everest, but it's actually third up Everest, isn't it? It's 5,300 meters. But why did you want to do it as well? We had a mission to accomplish, not only for yourself, but for someone else as well. We were fundraising money, didn't we?
Yeah. Personally, I wanted to get there for 2 reasons. For 3. 1, to have the amazing views. 2, for the experience, because it seemed really fun. And 3, we were fundraising for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, cool.
So that's as far as I can go at the moment. And to climb Mount Everest is my dream and wish. So why not? I thought, why not? With my wish, don't I help other people to help their wishes come true?
Cool. How much did you raise?
I think we ended up like $2,000, was it?
It was somewhere around, the summer 3,000.
Yes.
For Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We usually, when we go and on the big expeditions, we want to make it count, so we fundraise money as well. So Everest Base Camp was for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and before Everest Base Camp, it was Mount Olympus for the mountain rescue. And
Cal was Anthony Nolan, and all of the charities are somewhere close to our heart because Wasdale Mountain Rescue was because they help out a lot, and now my mum's in mountain rescue, and so they're the closest mountain rescue. So Make-A-Wish Foundation was because, as I already said, why not with my wish and dream help others people's wish come true? And then Anthony Nolan, my granddad actually died from blood cancer, and they help get stem cell things.
Yeah, they help with blood cancer.
Yeah, so and now CRY, which stands for Cardio Risk in the Young, is because my best friend in school has a critical heart condition, and they help young children that have that.
Awesome.
So yeah, and also fun fact. Well, it's not actually fun, but it's a fact. Every, I think, week, is it 12 young people die from sudden cardio death? So, like, they just don't wake up because they didn't know that they had a heart condition.
Wow.
And that's why we want to help.
Yeah.
But if we carry on about Everest Base Camp first, so we wanted to make a wish of other children. We got to base camp, and Stephen was asking them, how was it? I can tell you how I felt about it, but you share your story.
So you said you wanted the view and the experience. So talk to me about the view. Was it clear or was it cloudy?
Do you remember first?
Yeah, in the morning, no clouds to be seen at all. But whenever it got later in the day, more and more clouds came. Like up to lunch, there was like no clouds in the sky at all.
You're at 5,000 meters there as well.
Yeah.
Was it cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as cold as I expected. I expected it to be like -30, but it was only like -10, was it?
Something like that.
It gets colder than that on the Wainwrights.
But it was but it was a long journey as well. So we didn't actually see Everest for first week, I think, or so. First 5 days. So on one of the walks, acclimatization walks, because you have to go up and down to acclimatize to the altitude. We went to this hotel very high up to see the Everest for the first time.
Mhm.
How was that view, Frankie, when we saw it first?
I was just flabbergasted, if that's a good word for it. Like, I was like, oh my, I will be as close as you can get without oxygen tanks and risk of avalanche.
Yeah, we did see some avalanches as well.
Yeah,
from
we did see
distance.
avalanches, but there's no avalanches that can affect the path before base camp.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why they set it up there?
Yeah, probably.
It was just so many beautiful views around. What else do you see? Everest and
Yaks.
and Amadablan
Yeah,
and Choyu.
and Kalu.
All
Yeah,
is beautiful.
lots of-
There's just giants around.
8,000ers. Yeah.
Do you know what I always think?
But
Anytime that I do mountain climbing and I pull my phone out to take a picture, I'm always disappointed because I don't think there's a camera exists that can really capture the feeling of looking at cool mountains like that, is there? Have you ever looked back at your photos and gone, that doesn't do it justice? It looks so much better.
yeah,
Every single time I climb somewhere, I can't imagine
yeah.
the awe that you have when you're staring at Everest going, whoa.
And then we get back home and then we're like, that picture's not going to do it.
That's true. We are trying to explain to someone what we saw and what we did, but you can't really explain unless you're there. And every day, really, on the Everest Base Camp trek is a different adventure as well, because you do have to wake up like 5 o'clock, 6
It's
o'clock.
like 20 kilometers a day you have to walk.
I think 20 or even more than that at times. It's basically from dawn to dusk. Sometimes we were coming back in the dark, Frankie, didn't we?
Yeah,
Do you remember the dark?
yeah.
One day, we had to do extra miles and ended up walking in the dark, but our Sherpas didn't have head torches, so we were walking properly in the dark for about 2 hours.
Like, they're Sherpas, aren't they meant to have, like, first aid kits and...
They do have first aid
Things like
kits,
that.
but they probably just know the way up and down so well that they,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
they see that.
they have head torches.
I know, it was unusual for us, but it was a
Yeah.
great adventure.
Yeah, especially because we had an actual toilet only twice out of the 14 days. Once, there was a few spiders in, and the toilet was leaking and the roof was leaking. And then another time, it was a moth nest pretty much. I couldn't go to the toilet without running out screaming.
Yeah, we thought we were spoiled because we had a toilet in-suit toilet.
On that first one that I was talking about, people had cloths for doors, and we actually had a door, so you can't really complain.
Yeah, we thought we were very spoiled for having a toilet on this occasion.
a door.
And then we opened the door, and there were just moths everywhere. When we woke up, there were in the sleeping bags and our shoes everywhere.
Did you see much of Nepal while you was there?
What was that?
Did you see much of Nepal?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
Do you think Everest Base Camp felt like you'd levelled up from hills and the mountains of Britain?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. Did it make you want to do it more? Is that where the spark to do the European ones came from?
It was from Toubkal and Everest.
And I would say that the first main one, which sort of was like a breaking point or turning point, I would say, was Mount Olympus in Greece, because we were walking all the Wainwrights. And Frankie, when he was 7, he finished his Wainwrights, and then straight away...
That's ridiculous, mate. I'm going to go.
He was 7, and then straight away he kept talking about Everest and said, well, I'm going to Everest next now. So what else we have left? Like, we climb all the mountains here. We have to go somewhere else. And I said, Frankie, you can't go up Everest yet because of ABCD. And I kept thinking, right, where I can take him to sort of test his stamina and, for multi-day expedition and higher than we've already climbed. So this is how the Mount Olympus in Greece came up.
I don't even know how big Mount Olympus is. How big is it?
Pretty much approximately 3,000 meters.
Look, free scaffold bikes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's 3 days climb.
Snow?
No, it wasn't. There
no.
was no snow there on the day, but the snow started 2 days after we left, actually. But there is a very technical climb, vertical ropes for 1 kilometer, I think it was.
A 1K vertical climb?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a technical.
So it was 3 days and 2 nights. And the nights, you had to stay in a refuge with 60 other people in the room. So I thought, we can't go. I don't know how he's going to feel with the altitude. He's still so young and being away from home. And, it's very different. So let's try Olympus first. And so we went for it. And that was sort of first taste of what is going to come next.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the next level up. And after the Olympus, it was another, just going harder, stronger, and for longer.
Talk to me about this, though. We've got to talk about a 1K vertical climb. I don't think people fully understand that. So I would say most climbing walls in the UK, maybe 15 meters, the big ones, 20. 1,000 meters vertical climb. How long did it take you? Just the vertical climb part?
30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, about that.
How?
No, it was a bit longer than that.
I was saying, man, it takes 10 minutes to walk it.
I think it felt like 30 minutes because we were on the move all the time and you don't really stop, but probably around up to the hour.
That's still very fast to move vertically. Wow. Good work. Did you have to do loads of indoor wall climbing to get used to that?
You do climbing every week.
I do climbing, but not necessarily for that.
But it's the same. You go on climbing classes every week, don't you? You do your walls. But yeah, so Olympus was so it was first sort of test of how we're gonna get on something different and more challenging.
You did that at 7?
Yes. It was just a few days after we finished Wainwrights, and the Olympus was also turning point because of we became someone after doing that, didn't you, Frankie?
Mm-hmm. That's where I got my real spark as on a firework, as I like to call it.
But it was a record, I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Stephen doesn't know that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, let me just complete this. So yeah, spark on the firework. For 2 reasons. One, because that's where I got not my first record, but my second record. And 2, that's when newspapers actually really started to recognize me.
What was the record?
Youngest person to climb Mount Olympus. And the first one was youngest person to complete all the Wainwrights that hasn't been carried. Because actually, the other day we saw on the internet a 10-month-old girl completed the Wainwrights. That's surely from her parents.
Yeah, she's obviously been carried, hasn't she?
Yeah, because 10 months old, you can't even walk, never mind walk up 214 Wainwrights.
Mate, people spend a lifetime to do that, and you've done it twice. That's cool.
Halfway third one, no?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of them are in the Lake District, aren't they? You got so many around your doorstep.
Yeah.
But still, you still got to go do it.
Yeah.
But it's quite difficult, you see, now to decide, right? We have a weekend, we have a half term, what we're going to do. We have to, decide, are we going up the Wainwright? Or we have this week off, are we going somewhere to Europeaks? And it's like, it's not enough time because of the school.
With mountain climbing as well, hiking's one thing, hill walking I think, let's be honest, what most of us do all the time is hill walking, and we need no equipment. We need a flask, we need some sandwiches, and we need a raincoat, and we're cool.
First aid kit. If
We
you
should.
go up the
We
mountain
absolutely
without
should.
a first aid kit, then Mountain Rescue is going to sue you.
We should.
Exactly.
I get lazy and sometimes I don't take one. But you're right, we should. We absolutely should.
My mum's in Mountain Rescue, now she's going to sue you.
But for the most part, we can just do it with no equipment. I'll do 10, 20k with literally a bottle of water. It is what it is. Once you start getting into the difficult stuff, whether it's Olympus, that I'm assuming was ropes, chocks, harnesses, all the equipment, helmet, everything. And that was with no snow.
Mm-hmm.
When we get beyond this, like Mont Blanc, especially if you do it this time of year onwards, we're talking crampons, we're talking full down clothing.
Yep.
There's no easy way to level up from here. And all of those things require courses and practice, don't they? Like, ice arrests, things like that. You've got to go practice all of those things because it saves your life.
Yeah, for last Christmas, I think, Santa actually got me a snow train, is it called?
Winter train, yeah. And the ice.
For like all the snow and for ice axes and crampons.
So we went to Scotland to practice with the view of that obviously Frankie wants to progress and do all these things. He needs to have a skill, as you mentioned, and become expert on the lower ground because, he can't go straight to the top of Everest. So we did have a winter training. Oh, thank you, Santa. It was brilliant. So, but people were amazed seeing, 8-year-old just doing ice arrest and, being on ropes and crampons.
Yeah, and
the cracks in Scotland.
And a different group saw us. And apparently I did good, they said. And then I did ice axe arrest in front of a group of like 10 adults. So
Ice axe arrests are fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think they're fun to practice, but also they're something that you absolutely need. Because we was talking before about there was a man on my course that fell, and he was trying to try and dig his axe in, and because he was trying to swing it there rather than push it in with his shoulder, it was just bouncing, and that was probably the best lesson I could have ever had. Was, we're in the middle of this training, and I've just had a real life. Unfortunate demonstration of why you have to do it in the manner that they say, hold it and dig it in like that. And he was trying to swing it like a hammer, and it just kept bouncing. It wouldn't.
Yeah, and also if it's on the ice, it'll just crumble the ice as well. So then that just equals more chance of fatal damage.
Yeah.
Because whenever you actually hit the ground, then ice is going to hit you in the face.
That's the problem with mountains. The higher you go, the colder they get, the more ice you get, and the further you're going to fall if you do fall.
Yeah, and most dangerous.
Yeah. What do your friends at school think about you doing this?
Well, most of them don't even ask what I'm doing on a weekend, and they just already know that I'm probably climbing a mountain. Some of them are proud and some of them are jealous as well.
Have any of them asked to come with you?
Not asked, but have.
We did. Well, what about your birthday?
But they didn't ask.
They didn't ask. We asked them. We invited some friends sometimes.
Yeah.
Did they enjoy it?
Yeah.
So you never know, you might end up with all your class coming doing at least some of the Wainwrights if you're in the Lake District.
Yeah.
Maybe not Everest.
Once when I was in year 1 or 2, I think, we were talking about in history, like people have made history, and one of those was Alfred Wainwright, and I just knew too much about it. So then I asked the teacher if my mum could take the class up the mountain, up Dodd, because that's pretty easy. And yeah, they let us. And
so the whole class went to the mountain trip. Funny enough, though, because we live in a lake district and you would expect all the children just rumbling, and running around the mountains. But actually, I think it was only about 3 in the class which climbed the mountain before. So it was new to most of them, which was lovely to see. They really enjoyed it, didn't they?
Have any of them started climbing mountains on their own or with their parents?
On this trip?
Or since that trip?
Oh, yeah. There's a couple. So the twins and...
No, they already have.
They start before that?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't know. Maybe. Perhaps not.
So, I heard that you're actually doing really well at school as well as this. Do you think some of the learning of climbing mountains and the resilience that you have to have, because it doesn't always go to plan, does it, when you climb mountains? Do you think that makes it easier to get through your problems at school?
A bit, yeah.
You reckon?
Mm-hmm.
Think it makes it easier to concentrate when you're at school? Because climbing mountains got to be in your head a lot sometimes, don't you? Because sometimes it's like Everest Base Camp, 20 kilometers, takes ages. You have to be able to concentrate for a long time, don't you?
Yeah.
You're burning your own energy up the mountain, though.
Yeah.
And then school, you're sitting down tired.
Yeah.
And as soon as school is over, it's running and climbing time, isn't it?
Do you have much screen time? Because I know screen time is a bit of a problem for children at the moment. People are too much on screens or TVs. Do you get on iPad or anything like that? Or are you just outdoors and getting after it?
Most of the time I'm outdoors, but occasionally I'm on my Nintendo and iPad when it's not good weather.
That's good.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll go upstairs and play in the massive playroom that we have.
We don't actually have PlayStation or Xbox. And one of the things, the other day we went to the hairdresser and it was a huge queue and they had an Xbox there. And Frank was sitting looking at it. There was some sort of football game on. And he says, "What's that?" I said, "Xbox." I said, "How do we use it?" He didn't actually even know how to use it, which in one hand was amazing. Because I said, see, that's because we're always out and he doesn't have to, spend all these hours playing on the game consoles. But in the same time, you feel a little bit, am I keeping him behind other children who would be now at school maybe talking about such and such a game? So it's finding a balance. But it's just to prove that we actually don't really do screens.
Yeah. And I was there waiting in the hairdresser for like 20 minutes or so, maybe a bit longer. But I was bored, so I had nothing really to do. So I just decided to
give it a
go.
go.
Then I actually can work things out quite really fast because in that 20 minutes or so, I actually figured out how to use it fully.
Yeah, so, but it's just to prove that you don't really go on screens very often. Like, he's just too busy. After school, every day we have something as well. If it's a climbing club or cops or running club, by the time Frankie goes home, it's pretty much 1 hour to chill and bedtime. And then weekend is for mountains. So,
what do you think you want to do when you're older?
Well, I either want to be a mountaineer, a mountain guide, or a rock climber. So a mixture between Bear Grylls and Toby Roberts or Leah Holding. Because Toby Roberts won gold for this country in the Olympics in climbing. But at the same time, Leah Holding does outdoor climbing, so...
Well, yeah, you've got competitive climbing, haven't you? And then you've got recreational climbing, and you've got, like, exploring. There's a ton of little different things like that you could go into. I think you're going to end up clearly doing something outdoors.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. You ever thought about the army?
No. I never want to go in the army, and I never will go in the army. 1, because I don't want to die getting shot in the ribs, and 2, I want to be a mountain climber.
You know there's professional mountain climbers in the army.
Oh, well. I don't want to get shot in the ribs.
Nobody wants to get shot in the ribs. There's a qualification in the Royal Marines, which is mountain leader. And it's not the mountain leader qualification that minimum.
You just want me to work with you, don't you?
Well, I'm not in there anymore, but I'm just thinking that as a career, it's definitely something that you'd be a good asset with the map reading, the climbing, and yeah, the mountain leader course that the Royal Marines do is an unbelievable course. It's a lot more of a rock climbing course than it is.
Yeah, I still don't think so.
But that's where Bear Grylls started. Yeah, there's loads of explorers that have come. Leveson Wood, he was in the army.
Don't even know who Leveson Wood is, fun fact.
We'll have to check.
How about Ranulph Fiennes?
Nope.
Don't know who Ranulph Fiennes was?
No.
Right, I'm giving you homework then. So Ranulph Fiennes,
Love homework.
probably one of the greatest living explorers ever.
I'm going to be the best living explorer.
Okay. Well, Ranulph Fiennes is the guy that you have to beat. I think he did a solo.
One.
Lost a bit of our soundproof.
Oh, it's Halloween.
Ranulph Fiennes I think he did a solo polk pull across, unsupported, across Antarctica, which looked well gnarly. I think he also did if it's a circumnavigation. He basically went the wrong way around the Earth. So he went from like the North Pole to the South Pole and then back to the North Pole.
Wow.
Through South America, North America, and like that coast.
Gonna be honest, I think I still prefer to be more like Bear Grylls.
I think it took him like 3 years.
There you go.
And he got stuck loads of times. But you need to go and search what he did, because it's crazy. It's really cool.
I'm gonna beat his time to do that. I'm gonna do it in 25 minutes.
There you go. But he was another one that was in the army as well, because it's the sort of career that you get to go and practice that sort of stuff.
I think one of the reasons why school is still important is as well, because now Frankie said that he wants to be explorer, mountain guide, or Bear Grylls or whatever. So none of that thing on paper have anything to do with maths, history, any school subject. However, I always say you never know what is going to happen tomorrow. So today he's saying, I want to do that. But in 10 years, he might change his mind and say, I want to be a vet. It's absolutely fine.
You need the qualification, don't you?
Exactly. So you need, that's why I keep saying, just to do your best at school, because you never know. You might change your mind. And all the skills are very important in everyday life as well.
Yeah, I think the skills that you get in the climbing mountains, I think you're going to get a lot of confidence that you probably don't realise that you're getting at the moment. And I think by the time you hit being a teenager, you'll probably go and do little one-nighters, wild camping here and there and everywhere, I imagine. And you'll learn loads about nature. You'll learn loads about, being able to put up your own shelters and stuff like that. And I think you'll have a good time doing it, to be honest, because there's so much cool stuff to see and to go and explore. And the UK is awesome for that. And we're so close to Europe as well. Scandinavia, some brilliant spots in there.
I've got an idea how I can still be in the army. I'll just tell the army coach, I'll join as long as I don't get put into any danger of getting shot in the ribs.
It's not the kind of conversation that goes down well, to be honest.
You can't tell them what.
But there's a lot of people that do adventure training. And this isn't me trying to pitch you. I'm just saying it's a career that you can do what you want to do. But there's loads of other careers that you can probably do that as well. Mountain rescue is probably a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting fact about mountain rescue is actually when Frankie did Mount Olympus for mountain rescue, I wasn't a member of mountain rescue. This is what he wanted to do, and he picked his fundraiser, and we did Olympus, and all this happened, media attention and what's next. And we had quite a few meetings with mountain rescue to see what they do behind the scenes and all. And I think this is how and why I volunteered for mountain rescue. It sort of evolved from fundraising for them to actually volunteering myself, because Frank said, well, you are up the mountain all the time, Mommy, you have to go and help. So now, yes, I'm mountain rescue, but it didn't happen before we started fundraising. It was the other way around.
My brother-in-law's mountain rescue at Kinder. It's cool. Mm-hmm. They do some really cool training as well, where they get different services involved and they have to go on little exercises where they try and find people and use the dogs and stuff like that.
Do you have to do training to be in the army? Do you
Yes.
have to do training?
Yeah.
Then I'll just complete the training course and leave.
To be fair, there's a lot of people, if you're good at sport, and mountaineering would be a sport, there's a lot of people that they call them tracksuit soldiers, where, most of the Winter Olympics team GB Olympic team is soldiers or servicemen. There's a lot in the Navy as well, because it's the sort of career where you get to, like, where's the bobsleigh team coming from? You know what I mean? It comes from servicemen. You get to a lot of stuff like that. I did 4 months where I was doing biathlon. Do you know what biathlon is?
No.
Have you seen where they ski and shoot? And they ski uphill, not just downhill. So it looks like they're walking, but you have skis which have special wax on them, so when you move them forward and push back, they dig into the snow, so you can walk while you're skiing. And you have a rifle on your back, and you ski like 30, 40 kilometers at a time. I did 4 months away doing that in Norway and Germany and France.
How heavy is a rifle?
Not heavy. A couple of kilograms. But you ski around doing that. And there's loads of different like boxers in the army. They don't really do anything except box.
One question. Why would you have a rifle on your back while skiing?
Because that's a sport.
This is a kind of sport.
Rifle skiing.
Yeah, it's called biathlon, yeah. So you shoot little targets that are about the size of a 50p, maybe a little bit bigger, about 50 metres away. And if you miss, you have to do penalty loops.
No, you don't need loop.
Not doing
Penalty loop.
So you have to ski a certain distance, and if you miss, for every target that you miss, you have to shoot 4. If you miss your targets, there's a little penalty loop track, so you have to do a little extra lap as penalty for missing. As like punishment for missing.
Mm-hmm.
Is
it easy to miss?
Yeah.
If you're a professional at it, would you miss?
No. Well, you can still miss. So the thing about shooting is it's all about controlling your breathing and your heart rate. And if you come in all breathing heavy and tired, you're not going to have a stable shooting platform.
Yeah.
So you have to control your heart rate and breathing, get your fire position built up correct, shoot it nice and calm, try and do that 4 times, and then go and ski again. Or you can just blot them all off and go and do your penalty loops. Depends which one you're fastest at. Because sometimes you can take so long lining your shot up, you should have just done a penalty loop and you'd have been back out. Good fun though. Same as climbing mountains. It's hard, but it's good fun.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next? We want to get to Everest before you're 10?
Yeah. Well, after that, then I actually want to do the 7 summits. Not sure my mum wants to.
Go on, tell us.
So that's the 7, one in each continent.
Yeah.
What's the one in Antarctica?
We weren't considering doing that one, I don't think. What's the one in Antarctica?
No, there is the... so, right, let's go through all of them. So Europe is...
Elbrus.
Yes.
But we can't do that because of the war.
Not right
At the
now.
moment.
Yeah. North America and South America.
South America is... Let's do North America first. Something I remember. North America's Denali.
Yeah.
Asia is Mount Everest.
Yeah. South America, Aka. It's the hard one to say.
Aconcagua.
Aconcagua.
Oh, Aconcagua.
Which country is that in? Is that Bolivia?
Don't know.
No, it's in Argentina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Patagonia?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? I'd love to go there.
Never gone there.
No, same. But it's definitely on the list to go to. That's amazing looking.
No, Kosciuszko in Australia.
How high is that? That can't be very big.
No, it's not that very high. You climb higher than that already. I think it's under 2,000 meters, something like that.
Oh, easy, bro.
Africa, Kilimanjaro?
Yeah.
So those are the 7 we would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you doing now, before Everest? So talking about next. Closest next. And the 7th summit next, but next.
Before Everest.
Tomorrow next.
Highest peak of every European country.
Oh. Wow. Wait, all European countries?
Well, all of them
Or the main ones?
that are smaller, bigger then Scarfell Pike.
Right.
And
That's going to be loads. There's going to be some in Bavaria, I presume. Switzerland's going to have some pretty gnarly
that
ones.
aren't split into Asia or any other country. Continent.
And something you actually climb, because some of them you can take a car to the top of the mountain, like in Portugal, for example. It wouldn't be fun.
22, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 32. So,
Oh.
yeah, so it's complicated because for Wainwrights and Munros, you have a list, and this is what it is. With Europe, because a lot of countries are split with Asia, so it's Eurasia, and you have to decide, are you going to do them or not, because they are not Europe. Yeah, so out of 50 countries, then you are just creating pretty much your own list. So we came up with the plan that we don't want to climb anything small in Scaffold Pike, because we don't want to go to Netherlands when there's like a
that slide.
field in the middle of
Was that 900 metres?
Scaffold Pike.
Or was it 1100?
Just under 11. It's just under 10, 978. Yeah. So everything higher than Scaffold Pike, everything what you climb rather than just driving up the mountain. And
yeah, I believe there's some in Colorado, 14,000 feet, which, what's that like? 4,000 or 5,000 meters ish, 3,000 meters. There's some of those where you can drive in America.
Oh, yeah.
There's some of those where you can drive to like 12,000 feet and then you walk the room. And I'm like, that really counts.
The Portugal one is you literally just, I think it's like 2,000 meters as well, but you just drive all the way up. So what's the point? So
Madeira's meant to have some cool ones.
Yeah, so counting all that, it came to 32. However, we have to be also sensitive and sensible about what is happening around politics in the area at the moment. So, for example, now we couldn't go up mountain in Ukraine or in Russia. So we have a set list of minimum of 29, but depending of what's going to happen with the war, it will be 32. But we've climbed 9 so far, didn't we, Frankie?
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to finish those? Have you got a date in mind when you can plan to finish it?
Just try to do it as fast as we can.
Right, I was going to give you a few questions, Frankie, and we'll call it a day. Let you get back on up the mountains. What's your favourite snack or meal when you're on a mountain?
On a mountain, I quite like a bit of pasta. However, I very rarely have that now.
It's heavy.
Heavy. My bag's always super light. I always get told that it's really heavy, but it's really light.
What's your other favourite snack?
But my favourite snack, that's a hard one. I quite like Reese's
mealworms.
I actually quite like maggots. Once I went to a Bear Grylls festival, I tried a big handful. So we went there 2 years in a row. Once I had a mealworm and I liked it. However, at that time I didn't have as many, so I only had like 3 at a time. But then on the next year, I got a whole handful and shoved it in my mouth, and I had to spit into the bush when later people were watching.
Bear Grylls got a lot to answer for, I think.
I like maggots.
One mountain that you dream of climbing, is it Everest?
Yeah.
None others than that. That's the ultimate for you.
I also quite want to do K2 eventually. My mum might be a bit nervous for that because she doesn't want me to, die.
That's mum's jobs. So don't worry about that. Mum's always going to be on the safety side.
Mum's going to do mum.
But that's one where if you've got the skills to do it, that's where you got to get the experience to doing it. And that'd be a good one, because I think there's old people climb Everest because they get in the queue with everybody else. But K2, you've got to have the skills to climb that. Mm-hmm. So I think if you ever do climb that one, that'd be a great little one to tick both of them off. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened on a climb?
There's been a few funny things.
So many.
Once when we were, do you mean Wainwrights or?
No, where?
Whenever we were on Tubcal, there was a donkey in the path, and then I went over it, but over it there was a little few loose rocks, and then I got shouted at by the guide.
Then he didn't want to move, and it was right in the middle of the path. And Frank was
And
like,
so I said, just smack it in the butt.
Won't risk getting kicked. Who's your hero?
Bear Grylls gotta be, and Toby Roberts. I really like both of them.
Okay. If you could take one famous explorer with you on a trip, who would you take?
Bear Grylls.
Where would you go?
Well, Bear Grylls been up Mount Everest, and presumably is a lot of money. So Mount Everest.
Yeah, let him pay.
Yeah.
Because that's expensive, Everest, isn't it?
Oh, look. Yeah.
Is it cheaper if you're doing it for charity?
no, it's still
No.
high. You still need lots amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
One for you then. What's the one thing you hope Frankie takes from climbing mountains with him into adulthood and forever?
Resilience, can-do attitude. That there's nothing is impossible if you really put your mind to it. If you work hard, you'll see the results. And believe in your dreams, because if you really, it's all those things combined together. Because if you really work hard, if you are strong and confident and resilient, and don't stop in pursuing a dream, you will get there finally.
When you first took him up a mountain when he was 3, could you have envisaged this and your own life changing? You moved to the Lake District for this.
Yeah, no, never. It was just, it is a long, few years journey now. It started as a little adventure. So I would just give it a go. He wants to go, why not? What's the worst going to happen? We can always turn back. And it's just, every time then, every weekend, every half time, Frankie wanted to go up the mountain. We were traveling from Manchester to Lake District all the time, up and down. So it just was common sense to move to the Lake District to follow his interest, because it wasn't just one-off hobby. It just became clear that it's what he wants to do. And to support him in this dream, we moved to the Lake District. It's sort of like, I don't know, if you think it's just like any other sport with footballers, 3-4-year-olds playing ball, kicking in the garden, but then it just getting to the point when they are kicking this ball all the time. You want to do, help them, push them farther, because that's what they want to do. And for me to support his dreams, to climb the mountains and to make it more possible for him, and to support his well-being, we moved to the Lake District, and then we climb more and more often, and then from little mountains to medium mountains to very big mountains. Then Frankie said, I want to go higher. So we went up Olympus and then Everest Base Camp and all that. But it is actually very important to understand that it was progression. It wasn't something like, I don't know, I've never climbed a mountain, but let's go to Everest Base Camp tomorrow, because why not? So it was all carefully thought through. And from little step, we practiced and experienced more. And yeah, this is where it took us. And because Frankie's so determined to do more, we are taking one day at a time, but in the same time pushing a little bit more every time when we are going somewhere else. So, that was a long journey for everyone, as you said, not only for Frankie, but for the whole family. But in the same time, if you think he's 9 now, and his first mountain was climbed when he was 3, so he's been climbing 6 years out of 9 of his life now. He's been climbing most of his life. And I would say he's just who he is. And me as mom, my biggest mission is to make sure that he can follow his dream and make his decision for the future, who he wants to be. And as I mentioned before, if he changes his mind tomorrow and says, I want to be a vet, fine. But I think we need to allow children, young adults, anyone, to make their own decision and be accountable for what they do.
Especially when it's such a healthy hobby.
Yeah.
Kids might say, I want to eat 6 kilograms of chocolate. It's probably not the healthiest thing, but climbing mountains, I don't necessarily think there's a negative side to that. Was there any worry about his strength and fitness to climb these? Or did you just take it in stride?
No, not really, because we were taking it all. It was all a progression. So when he was doing first round of Wainwrights, he would climb 1 or 2 mountains in a day. Now he can do 10 in a day. But
Yeah, what's those
before
first
the-
few? You're talking like 5-6K loops, aren't you?
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah, no, nothing huge. So we're starting shorter, smaller, less demanding. Not only to check his fitness and to build on the fitness, but also for his pleasure, because I don't want him to be put off. I don't want to throw him straight on U-bar, which he loves so much now, because if they get scared,
Yeah.
they're not going to come back and do it again. But I never ever had to convince him to do something. If anything, he would say, "Come on, mommy, let's go and climb another
Have you had any that were a slog? Because I've enjoyed some, but they've been a slog sometimes.
Oh, yes. 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 All-Scar.
Yeah. Bessie Boot is a bit.
I hate Bessie Boot.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest, I hate it.
Yeah, there are some of them.
Like, if that wasn't a Wainwright, if one day Wainwright comes back to life and says Bessie Boot will not be a Wainwright anymore, I will thank God.
But again, it's different experiences, isn't it? Different terrain, different weather. And even though people are saying, why are you doing them for the first time? Say, because now we are taking different routes and different combination, and the weather is different. And we might go in rain. It's never the same.
I want to break the record.
And you want to...
I want to do 100. The record's 64.
What times of doing the Wainwrights?
600 times of doing.
Yeah.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, we could look.
I've been told that before.
You can do it if you want to.
Yes. Well, the good thing is that what's the most you can do in a day? Because the Lake District, you can buy a dozen or so. There's a lot that are like within a K of each other, aren't there, some of them?
Yeah, you can definitely do at least 10 easily. If you wild camp, and we do go wild camping sometimes, you can it will give you extra time as well to add another 5 probably in the day, rather than driving somewhere and starting from 0. Just wake up at 6 o'clock, you're already there.
What's the fastest anyone's ever done 0 to
like
214?
It's like 6 days and 6 hours.
Just after, I think just over 5 days and 30-something hours or something. But it's a fell running. I don't run. He started running now, but I don't run. I can walk fast.
A few weeks ago, I started running at a club, and I'm the fastest one at my club at the moment.
Well, the mountain training, mate, it's going to be brilliant for that.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a spine race in the future, do you think?
I'll probably do mountain racing.
There's a spine races at like one of their mountain races.
Yeah, I think it's 268 miles, I think it is, from the Peak District all the way through to Scotland.
I'm also into cross country.
I imagine you've got a big advantage over everyone else in your class.
The long distance.
Yeah, I go to it with skill, and so there's qualifiers, regionals, and finals. Qualifiers is literally just a few schools go together, just have a slow-paced run, but I say slow-paced because in the final, like, oh my actual flash.
To compare to the finals.
Yeah. Qualifiers, you have to get top 10 out of your gender.
The whole county then as well, isn't it? Then.
Wait. So first on qualifiers, so top 10 in your gender. So I would have to get top 10 out of boys for the past 2 years, since it's once every year. The year before last year, I got 4th. Last year I got 5th. So I got, but the year before last, I wasn't allowed to go to the regionals because I was too young. But last year, I got 64th. But it was
But it's the national then, regionals.
Wait, I'm talking about that one. But there's always that one person that even on rock wears football metal studs. Let's just say I got stood on by someone wearing those.
I know, that's good.
And I was actually quite near the front.
But if you are 60th after over thousands and thousands of people, because it was regionals.
No, regionals was 100 or so.
No, but to start with, from all the schools, all the primary schools in the country, there will be thousands and thousands of people. Then you go to the county ones, and you were 4th, and then you went to the regionals. So from all the best people, thousands of people around the UK, whoever got to the regionals, you got 63. It's still very good.
Yeah, and running's not about where you come. It's about, did you get faster? So if you was doing 10K, did you do it faster than your last 10K? Don't forget, it doesn't matter how many people are in the race. It's, did you get faster or slower?
You're going to the race for charity in 2 weeks then?
In 12 days, I've got that same cross-country event that I was telling you about.
There
So
you go. Well,
wish me luck.
Do you know what time you got on the last one?
We don't do times, we just do places.
Oh dear.
But I'll probably be able to picture in my head how long. So I think about 20 minutes.
There you go.
I got on regionals. And that was like,
You will be.
I want to say like 3 miles.
That's a good time.
But the race you are doing 2 days after is Alton Towers Junior race.
Oh, nice.
We were running in Alton Towers. For charity, for Cry Charity, Frankie McMillan area.
All right. Oh, Frankie, give your socials a shout out. Where can people come and watch you climb all these different mountains? Because you've got an Instagram account, haven't you?
We've got Instagram, a very failed YouTube channel, and Facebook.
And now TikTok since yesterday.
Oh.
I have no idea what my TikTok is yet. But
They're all the same username. So what's your username?
Username on all of them is Frankie Moves to the Mountains.
Oh.
I don't believe there's any spaces in between, is there?
Please follow us on Frankie Moves the Mountains or search for Frankie McMillan. There you go. That's all I need to say.
We'll throw a link in so people can follow you on there.
Yeah, so add a link for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Because I actually need more subscribers, not going to lie.
Right, well, Frankie, I wish you all the luck.
Yeah, thanks.
And I might come and climb one of the Wainwrights with you one day, if that's all right with you.
What one are we going to do?
I don't know.
Shall I race you to the top?
We'll have to, or can if you want.
Better beat you.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Sounds like a challenge, mate.
Bring it on.
Right, thank you guys for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you climbing Everest in the near future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My mum will probably tell you what place I got on messages or WhatsApp.
Okay, I will do.
Do you want to know what place I come whenever I do the cross country?
We'll stick it on your socials and I'll see it on there.
Do what you said.
We'll come back to a podcast when you climb all the European peaks.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I'll try and sync up a calendar. And if I'm in the Lake District, because I'm there. I don't know what day it is. It is sometime this month, but I don't think we'll be doing it. I think I'm just on that course. But yeah, I'll try and climb one with you if you want.
Oh, brilliant.
Talking about mountains, my mountain bottle is the exact same as that, except blue.
Oh,
You've got
mate,
a green one.
I've got 15 of these. I absolutely love my Nalgene bottles.
Yeah, they're really good.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys for coming. It was really fun.
Thank you.
And I'll get Amy to send some photos and some clips and stuff like that for you.